Who Hit You Podcast. Like and subscribe. I'm Vidush.
I'm Roy.
What's up? How was your week, Roy?
Well,
I know a little bit because I'm good friends with you, but we're filling everybody in. But you had a good week, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good week. It was pretty mellow. Picked up a side hustle, had some interviews. They were pretty good. We got some training in. Training was fun. Felt like we leveled up a little bit in the training, at least mindset for sure. Learned some new things. It was pretty cool. We've been going down the Naruto binge here at home. I've been trying to get LT to watch, one of the Oracle twins, to watch Naruto for years. And she's been watching it, been in and out. She loves the anime. But we took a break and then...
I'm so excited.
Recently, she's back in it, and we're going hard. And so for...
I did not know my Madara post was the one that pulled her back in, though.
I mean, she was pretty far back.
Yeah?
Nah, she was already in Shippuden. So if you haven't, go to our Instagram. You can see there's a post where Madara enters the war. One of the best scenes in the entire series.
The greatest character entry ever.
And we posted.
And if you haven't watched Naruto, do yourself a favor. Stop whatever you're doing. Just watch the first episode. Keep watching the podcast
in the background.
Just watch the first episode of Naruto.
Yeah. Our favorite show, our favorite series. So LT's watching it.
In Japanese.
Yes, definitely. And we've been binging that. We've been watching that, so that's been cool. Been some...
No, she's tearing through it. I'm glad. I'm getting to rewatch it. You're rewatching it. I'm seeing a bunch of stuff I missed.
What do you... can I ask, like, you hadn't watched it in a while, and you've been watching it. What are some of the, like what are you thinking of what you've seen so far? Without giving away, like, anything.
I mean, from where it started to where
you can give away anything you want. It's just up to what you know. You
right,
could,
yeah.
You can give.
From where it started to where it is now is night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, when they do the flashbacks, I almost cringe because I hate how childish it was.
It's crazy. It's a show that definitely grows up with you.
Yeah. I told Roy the other day I'm totally getting a Mighty Heart tattoo because they kept saying that the other day and I was like, wow.
What was that from, the Mighty Heart?
It's A Mighty Heart and it was a movie with Angelina Jolie. But the thing, they kept saying that Naruto has a mighty heart. So like true. That's how everyone has been describing him.
Oh, it was was it the Jinchurikis? They were...
Yes, they said that he has a mighty heart and like all of it's when he meets all the other Jinchurikis and they're like, we think
has he fisted up? You seen him fist up?
What do you mean?
Yeah, okay. I mean, at this point, he's talked to all the...
He gave dap to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw that. It's so serious. Oh my god, it's so serious. That means you just also passed one of the most serious moments to me was when Naruto and Kurama merged for real.
Right. The first
real
what do you call
merger?
It? The
Tail Beast mode.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Where he's like, hey man, if you need to, like, we can fucking do this.
Where he was like, nah, we already in 2-man teams.
Oh yeah. And then they're like, wait, what?
And then it's just stronger than everything. Yeah. So Naruto, great. I keep binge it through as
we're
much.
Crushing it.
You're crushing it to where I can't keep up. Yeah, definitely.
I think my favorite thing that I've seen so far is like Naruto being able to turn Kurama.
Yeah, to change people's minds, his strongest power, right? But he could even do it to an angry animal.
Yeah, to an animal that is nothing but
like the
hate.
Embodiment of hate or something.
Right, and so, like, because, like, Roy will tell you, I'm very attached to our fur babies, you know? Like, I feel, like, spiritual bonds with them, and so I relate. I understand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love a little beast. I'd be like always talking to a little belly about it.
Yeah. Speak with your nine tails.
All of our pets are supernatural themed now. Like they're named after supernatural character. And I was like, yeah, we're gonna switch to Naruto.
Yes.
We have a lot more names to pick from.
Yeah. It happens though. If you get into it, it takes over.
Yeah.
So I know going into, like, before we had stopped watching, your favorite character was Kakashi. Now,
Well, so
Was it? No, so this is a real question. Was it Jiraiya and the moment was too much?
I think it's just it hurts too much.
Exactly.
You know? Like I just can't think about it.
Because it's tough for
hurts too
people to
much.
say Opie's their favorite character.
Honestly, I like felt. Look, this is gonna be real controversial.
well, I was gonna ask who's your favorite character. Is what I'm asking.
Well, before that, I was gonna say, probably. I don't know. I feel like I didn't get enough time with Jiraiya to make him my favorite character.
Like right when you're finally getting to feel it, you feel like
exactly. And then like because of all the like things that come out of that character's relationship with Naruto, like it's like the first time that you really start to put a lot of puzzle pieces together that you didn't have before.
Opens his story up.
Right. So.
And you start learning the origin of like his book and the names and like.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just gives so much. It makes
heart.
that relationship so much richer, and so like losing Jiraiya was like losing my own grandfather.
Yeah.
Like I could not deal with it.
He's the homie.
But I think there's still a really heavy pull towards Gaara. I just really love him.
Yeah.
Like you
like the eyeshadow, the emo look?
I do like the heavy eyeliner. I am all about an emo boy for sure.
Gaara's just the man, though.
Yeah. No, he really is. And then now, like...
Guy who walked on the dark side and then came back.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah.
And then, like, even
and he deserved to walk on the dark side. Like, after you get the whole story.
You know what
he had no choice.
You relearn the stories through other people's eyes. You know, like, I'm starting to pick up on the fact that, like, what we know about Itachi is probably not everything that we know about Itachi, and there's going to be some new reveal, and I guarantee you, Roy hates it because I tried to predict the show.
That's what the show. That's why everyone likes it, though. I do the same thing.
You're not looking it up, though.
I haven't looked up anything.
Don't
because normally, like, she
do
just
that
like,
to
looks up
yourself
stuff or like stumbles on the thing.
I stumble because like I want to see.
It's tough now because a lot of it is out, and like you could just see it somewhere. It can happen. That's true.
Well, that is
or
true
are you
too.
actually going and just looking for answers on the test?
No, she's not. She's not.
Not on Naruto because I do want to experience it correctly. Like I want to. The only thing that I do know that does.
Oh, because you saw some of the end.
Right, because Roy was watching Boruto when we first started dating, and so I saw that Sasuke and Sakura are together. Right, so like I knew that was like okay, that's something.
Oh my goodness! If you didn't see that though.
Yeah, if I didn't. I would think one of the three had died.
To be fair,
for sure.
Anytime I was watching that and she would walk in the room, I would pause and stop and be like, "Don't watch this. This is going to ruin something for you." Like do whatever. And I think at that moment, you were coming down the stairs and I stopped you and I was like, "I'm watching Naruto. Give me 1 second. Like this is going to ruin some stuff." And you were like, "No, it's fine. I don't care." And then you came down and that's when you saw something. And then the second you saw something, you were like, "What?"
Luckily, the journey is just so good and unpredictable that you're like,
even if you know these points, like you have no idea how they're gonna get there.
Well, see, so that's the thing. So, like, clearly there is a moment or some series of moments that causes Sasuke to turn, right? To make a turn and that everyone accepts him again. Like, there has to be. So I think for, like, years I've known this, and so I'm obsessed with when that moment is happening.
So let me... I'm going to throw such a monkey wrench in this.
Don't give anything away.
No. I'm so good at this,
He's
actually.
really good at it.
I'm so good at this. No,
you know this way more than I do.
No, what I actually put thoughts in there that put more options on the table, which make it harder for you to think the right thing, but make the story murky. But don't forget.
Are you attaching me?
Always. Always.
Yes.
There's a time skip, right? The Sasuke and Sakura you saw are old.
Decades.
So there's a giant time skip. So don't forget there's big changes because they're going to set something up for a time skip and you would revisit. Like what would happen in decades, right? There was a time skip when Naruto left with Jiraiya.
Right.
And Sasuke left with Orochimaru. And he was not the same Sasuke. Right? So the time skip could easily change. The ending does not match with what the time skip would show.
True.
Just saying.
That is a valid argument that we may not see the resolution in Naruto. It may come later. So.
or this the way it looks
Right.
good there. It's not like I would, like you were saying, one of the three would die would be a great guess in my estimation, actually, right?
I mean, like what series do you ever make it to the end of where
And
one of the
something
main,
like
main
this?
characters doesn't die? I do know that we haven't seen. Roy has told me that there are 2 main deaths in the war that I'm going to have real feels about. And I haven't seen either of those yet.
Who do you think? So because that real answer, he's just going so easy on you. I thought that there would be the number would be bigger. Me and him talked about it. I thought the number would be bigger, but there's one in there that basically the show has been teasing since the Chunion exam, actually. And if you think about it, you should know.
Why are you trying to do this? Don't do this.
She'll figure it out.
But you should have already figured. You should have already.
I am now going to walk away and go obsess about this.
It has been
no longer participate in this conversation.
It teases it at every turn. Actually, at every turn it teases it.
No.
Don't.
Yeah, we're gonna.
My greatest fear is that it's Kakashi.
So what happened to you when you saw it in pain? When they put a nail through his head?
Oh, I looked at Roy like because we had just experienced Judaya. You know what I mean? Like we had just gone through that.
And the village is just in just rubble.
So then when that happened, I looked at Roy and I was like, I'm never gonna fucking watch this again. You better enjoy this last episode because I'm done.
I can imagine.
And then I think she asked me like, "Is he dead?" And it's like,
yeah, he always gives you like, I don't know. He's like, keep watching.
Yeah.
I was like, is it like the butterflies? Is it like the butterflies?
I did that to my sister. I made her think Choji, Neji, Kiba, all of them were dead. No, Shikamaru, makes it. Yeah, he's the only one who makes it because he's like crying.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make sure everyone comes back alive. She literally blew into a physical rage and was just full-handed like a grandmother, like trying to smack my face as hard as she could, like smack my arm, whatever. She was like, they're alive, like Neji, Choji, like she's losing her mind, like they're alive, like trying to kill me. Yeah. But that's, you do get that attached so quickly. But so you don't know the one that's been. So who do you think's gonna die? You got two. You got two to guess from, right?
Like who's gonna die, and what do you think happens right now? Like what do you think the game plan is right now? I guess there's still too much going on, right?
Well, there's a lot of different things going on.
Do you understand like what the fight is right now? Like what?
Yeah. So like Madara and Masked Madara, who we don't know yet. Like we don't know who that really is yet.
Oh, interesting. You understand that old Madara is in on the plan, though.
Yes.
You have no idea how he could be on the plan, right?
Yeah, because I picked up on the fact when he first came back, shown, like Mu brings him back.
He was like, hey, this is not the right stuff.
Yeah, and he's like, and he even says like, oh,
stuff's not going according to plan.
Right, and project, whatever it's called, is underway.
Like he says Tsuchikomi.
Yeah, he puts it together. He's like, oh, but okay. Like he seems like put off.
Yeah, he was like, oh, no, because he said this is Edo Tensen, not Rinneberth. What Pain did, who brought everyone back to life.
Right.
He said this is the undead thing. You
Right.
zombied me. He was like, oh, this is not, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So he is actually in on the plan.
Right.
So that's weird, because then we know that the timeline, he's old.
Yeah.
And dead. Like, what's going on?
So we know that this has been in the works for
this makes sense
longer.
why you would think it's the first then.
Right.
This makes a lot of sense then.
So my theory is that
the first
right now with what I know, it's the first.
Because
we just learned, like we just really saw that the tails all came from the first. We saw them as the little baby
The 86 fans are saying.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. Well,
they're cute little cuddlies like BY.
Yeah, they're so cute. And so then... So my original theory was that it was the first because I was like, okay, they were at war and then like they're fighting and then somehow in that fight they decide. And plus like the first would be shock factor, right? Mm-hmm. Because like all of the Leaf thinks the first is the best in the world.
Right. I mean, can you imagine how strong he is after you saw how strong Madara is?
He's in him though, right? He's using him.
He does have his face. Yeah, he has his face.
Like Voldemort style.
Well, but basically all that means was the wood move was the only thing that's added.
Right.
Right? So all the other stuff was still
crazy. Absolutely insane. I mean, he just came out like fists blazing.
Susano, multiple.
But that's the thing, you didn't even see that.
But that didn't have
for like the first 5 minutes.
But it didn't even matter on the first one. He takes the tag off the shuriken, puts it on a man, kills the guy with the shuriken, tosses the guy into a crowd,
kills the crowd,
just on to the next one.
Yeah. Like like for the first 5 minutes of the battle, he's just tearing through everyone with hands.
Lauren thought like, why is everybody attacking him? And it's like he's just all over.
I was like, man, that's their only job left is to be fodder.
Yeah.
That's all they can do.
I mean, it took them. I mean, he wiped out everyone.
I mean, at this point.
He made them go too early. They had to like Gara jump in too early.
Madara wipes out the battlefield with the 2 asteroids.
Right.
That's very devastation.
At first, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wild. It's just like such.
That was such a dope scene where Tsuchikage goes up. He said, "Never give up without trying," and he goes up and actually stops it, and then he just drops the dick on him, and he's.
That's what I was about to say. That was such a big dick move. Like, oh, great, you stopped the first one.
Oh, what are you gonna do about the second one?
What?
Yeah, and they all know it too. They're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, how did you not see that? The first one's just that big that
you can't see around it. You remember it? It was like they zoomed out. It was like much larger than the battlefield.
It reminded me. There's this TikTok like trend where it's like God and Angel talking to each other, and God's like, "Hey Angel, I told you to make the dinosaurs meteor, right? Like, you got that? Give them more muscle." And the Angel goes, "Give them a meteor?" And God's like,
"You make them more meteor.
Make them meteor." And the Angel's like, "A meteor?"
Smash all of them.
It's just like this back and forth, and so it's like all these things, but it reminded me of that because I was like, oh, this would be that moment that 2 meteors.
That was so shocking. I was like, man, he just keeps clowning him.
Gara's been holding his own. Like, he's been...
Gara's been impressive.
Gara and Tsuchikage have been throwing down.
You know, and I just don't like that guy, but I'm impressed by him.
But he is just constantly throwing
he's got my
down.
Respect. I don't like him. He continued.
Yeah, I didn't like him either. Actually,
it's a good way. With that guy, but he
keeps throwing down.
He's displayed as like this.
But I seen the whole war. I seen the whole war. Like the heart is to keep coming. Yeah. It's gonna keep coming.
And when they're all
they're still fighting Madara.
I know. Yeah.
So Gara's your favorite?
I love Gara. I love Kakashi, but there's this thing where I'm anticipating his death, and so I'm starting to pull away.
Distance yourself
like I'm
from him.
myself.
So you think Kakashi's gonna die, and because you've seen the mountain. Because you've seen the mountain,
I've
right?
Seen the mountain.
So you think, and that's
I think Tsunadi's got to die against Madara. I think she's going to go down.
That's such a good
guess. Taking her grandfather down. Where she's like, you don't deserve to use him, so I'm taking him, and like we're both going down.
You're saying she's gonna like pull out the face or
somehow?
Something?
Like she's gonna find a way to separate them.
It's a good guess, but that's like a Sakura level at Sasuke.
I'm actually really impressed. I'm excited to see Tsunade do her
thing.
She
can fucking throw down.
Well, wait. So you saw the 5 arrive?
The 5 Hokages are.
Oh, they've already fought. Right. They've done the.
They haven't already fought.
Okay, so I was leaving.
They're currently fighting.
So you actually have seen Tsunade throw down. So that's why I was talking like she wasn't all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she just got spiked. She did the whole.
Yeah, she throws down in the war.
I now have all these weird tattoos.
And that's why Onoki is so tight, because he's the best support character I've ever seen. He's just
true.
They're all support characters, and actually, because Tsunade's amazing support, and Gara's great support.
Right.
But like, that's crazy.
Yeah. He just throws it.
Raikage to me is the worst Kage. He's the worst Kage I've ever seen. Raikage is the worst. He's honestly, so terrible.
I don't like the Mizukage. I'm like, bitch, you just threw out a little splash and that's it. That's all you've contributed to this.
I understand she is weak, but she's at least skillful. She has 3 different special made like the lava, the mist,
she hasn't really totally shown them off.
It's tough for her. It's tough for her. She's not as strong.
I did, as a woman, I did really I liked the whole conversation where he's like, you're just a weak, he's like, you're not only weak, you're a woman. That's so Asian too, like the way they threw it into her, and she clowns him on that. Yeah, she does. And so he's like, okay, so you're not that weak of a woman.
Because she was able to do the heel like Hashirama.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Hashirama's just like that. No seals. His
Right.
skin, he's just always
Yeah, it doesn't ever have
stab,
to
pull
do
it out, healed
Yeah.
up.
She has to like level up to do it, but he just does it.
That's just how he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's
But that's what makes sense then, I guess, how he can handle Madara.
I mean it's getting insane. Like
You're crazy and deep now.
It's hard to stop.
Who's your favorite, Roy?
Kakashi.
Kakashi's your favorite.
I know the whole story.
It used to be Naruto. You'd say without a doubt. Yeah, it was.
But I would
Naruto's
say
another of my
I would say Naruto's everybody's
Everybody
quiet
loves him.
underdog
Like-
favorite. Like you can't even say him, like if
Like,
you say
just
him
said his
cool,
own,
but
he's the
like
man.
Yeah.
he's just so impressive.
My favorite character, it's like top 3 is Kakashi, the 4th, and Itachi.
Wait,
Naruto's like
but
if
I-
Obama was your friend, dude. Like if he was your friend and you're just like, man, it's just too much. He's just too good. Like
He's too nice.
I don't say he's like my favorite, but like damn, like,
It's hard to be. I was gonna say that the start of the war and the war in general has really changed my mind about Guy. That moment with Kisame where he like
I said don't move.
Man,
he said
guy
don't. I was like, ooh, Guy's got some Dom energy. I'm into it.
massive. He just killed him for it.
Yeah.
He almost killed him for it.
And the fact that he does it all and he does it all without the extreme skill that everyone else has. He just does it with heart, you know.
For me, Kakashi is my favorite because knowing the whole story, he's a pivotal part in every single like stage of the story.
I would say, knowing the whole story, this story could be as easily Kakashi's as Naruto's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that like he like his everything he suffered, his knowledge, and he's kind of just like still like bearing the burden and doing the damn thing. Like, to me, that's
Man, it was just so dope.
he's
Kakashi
just
rolls
so
up.
cool.
I haven't watched the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, Ito Tensei, since
Like a war came out.
maybe 5 years, 6 years. I haven't seen it, and I read that maybe 5-6 years before that. So then seeing it again, then like I was like, oh, and people are they're just showing flashbacks of people just recognizing Kakashi everywhere. Oh, it's that dude. It's like he's the man everywhere, all the time. And then it's crazy because how you were talking about Guy, because I think Guy has the best character development in the whole manga anime, like because it's gonna continue. Like it's gonna continue basically for a long time. You just get so much development, but really their relationship, Guy Kakashi, also continues to grow. I would say that thing is greater than the Naruto Sasuke relationship. Even
100%.
even though there's like because there's all this turmoil, but like they never have any.
Right.
They never have any.
Yeah.
So you saw the flashback, Kakashi cut the lightning too then.
What?
What
Because
did you say?
Guy is because when they're fighting the Seven Swords of Mist, Guy tells Kakashi not to give up. He's like, whenever I feel like tired, I remember when you cut the lightning. They have the flashback.
Do we skip that because maybe it was filler?
Maybe I don't.
Maybe it was filler. So basically, he has like a little moment where, they keep saying that Kakashi's and Sasuke's are different. Raikiri and Chidori are different.
Right.
Raikiri is one that Kakashi used when he was fighting all these guys. Everyone was wasted, and the whole group of Stone Ninjas summon a lightning bolt to kill them. It's like a bunch of people, and they're summoning a move, and Kakashi uses Chidori upgraded to Raikiri to cut the lightning bolt to save, and Guy was remembering that moment. And he was saying, but I was like, all these moments of them.
That might have been filler.
I don't think it is, because I went and looked it up. That is not a filler episode, actually. Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, but you guys have seen 60 episodes in 5 days. You guys have, No, because honestly, that is 30 seconds. That is literally 30 seconds. He was like, every time I tell you to be, like, every time I'm tired, I tell you this. And then they just show small Kakashi, small Guy, exhausted in the woods. They don't even show him cut the lightning. They just show him pull a Chidori out when he's wasted.
I see.
And then they go back to the fight and they talk about it. Yeah, so it's really just a moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, me rewatching all of this, and I'm a fucking PhD in Naruto. Like, No,
You're still finding little small things.
all the time. Like I saw Naruto Jiraiya Tsunade versus Orochimaru live anime. Uchimata. Yeah. Live anime release. I had to wait for the next week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I had to wait.
I was there too. Not you in there longer for sure.
Yeah, I was 18 years old at that time.
Damn.
That's how long ago.
What year would that have been?
That's 2004.
I was 14.
Fuck, I'm old. Good God.
I love to play that
terrible.
with Roy because he's 7 years older than me. So I'm always like, "Oh, you were in high school. I was in elementary."
It's so crazy. So crazy. After a certain age, the gap just can grow larger and larger. Until a certain top age, then the gap has to shrink back down.
Who's
So weird.
Who's your favorite character?
Mine's Sasuke. And then, but man, it's such a battle between me for Sasuke the second and Itachi. The Sasuke and Itachi in the second. Man, but Itachi just fucked it up too much.
Really?
He just did it wrong. He just did it too. I know he got fucked so hard he couldn't make any right decisions, but
he took the burden on too much.
Yeah, but he also threw purposeful burden.
True.
To and it blew up in his face.
Right.
Like,
it didn't play out the best.
No, but they had other people manipulating also, so that was the problem. Like Sasuke has been outside manipulated because what Itachi did would have probably worked if Orochimaru didn't come to it, because he would have just kind of learned from Naruto. He would have just learned from Naruto and become a monster himself.
Right.
But it got all messed up.
But, same token, if Sasuke hadn't gone off with Uchimata, then Naruto probably
doesn't get as strong. He would.
He wouldn't
He's
have gone
so
off.
competitive.
Well, he might not have gone off with Jiraiya, right?
Oh, he has to. He has the Nine Tails. Itachi was after him.
True.
Itachi was after him.
True. They did that because they were after him, and so she was like, "Go take him."
Jiraiya's like, I'm the only one that can really
Right.
And it almost killed him.
I know.
Was it something like as his godfather or something like, I'm the only one that can...
Well, when the translation is right, so I'm rewatching it on Hulu, and they have changed the translations now.
Really?
Yeah, to more PG than it used to be.
Yeah, because you don't get the fourth saying don't fuck with me.
But and it's so weird though, but just the actual translation is different.
Yeah. You know what I've been really impressed about? B makes me cringe. I cannot stand him, but I value him as a character. But I'm really impressed that the translation, they've managed to not... I mean, obviously he rhymes in Japanese, but then the translation also rhymes. And I'm like, that's actually really impressive that you were able to do that.
I wonder if the writer, when he wrote that, is he trying to be cringy and weird and shitty rap?
Yes, because everyone
is it like, is he writing that thinking like, fuck?
Everyone says it's bad. Yeah, everyone says it's bad.
He could have done the coolest move in the entire world, and people will be like, what's with the rapping? Because it's just weird.
But he's just always been like that.
Yeah, since a little kid.
Oh, I can't wait. You need to go. Yeah, Sasuke's my favorite, for sure.
I hate him.
Sasuke is my favorite. Sasuke, to me... This is going to be personal then too also, but to me feels like what I should have done when I was a kid. Put it on my back. I should have not been a bitch about things, and I should have went and handled like what I
needed to do.
Yeah, what was scary for me in my life. He always went and meet it.
Yeah.
And so I like him a lot.
I guess, again, we can talk about this when we have full understanding.
You have enough to you have a fair argument and dislike. I remember when I saw Naruto leave in the kids one, I was like, what is he doing right now? I was like, what?
I will say that we were talking about this the other day, and you were very adamant about Sasuke really only wanting to come after the leaders, and we have seen multiple flashbacks at this point where Sasuke literally says, I'm coming after you, your family, and the whole village.
But he just talks shit. But that he only does that to Kakashi, to people he cares about, where he's talking shit. Because when it came to the moment, he was like, no. Even though he didn't know Danzo was Hokage, he said, I want Danzo. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't even know he was that. He didn't even know he had an eye on his arm.
Yeah.
Right?
He just knows I need to smoke.
He was like, that was the guy I really need to smoke. If the third was alive, I'm sure he would have went and got the third. But after that, then it's just kind of like, hey, do I just crush the whole leaf? Do I not? And you'll see.
Right now, yeah, I'm starting to pick up on the fact that like the fact that Madara, or like masked Madara, right, was the one who Gary, yeah.
She calls him Gary.
I couldn't remember his name one time, so he's not Gary.
Yeah.
So like if Toby is the one who told Sasuke these things, obviously we can't trust everything he said.
No, but Itachi told
Yes.
Naruto that no, it's true.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I definitely picked up in that last conversation when Sasuke and Itachi saw each other that that there's more to the story that we're gonna find out.
I see what you're saying, right? Like they need to talk, right?
Hopefully they'll.
I would say that
Wait, will you just
Toby is like a character.
Tell you what.
Have you ever?
I do this to Roy all the time. Will you tell me yes or no? Do they finally like? Does Sasuke get Itachi to talk?
Does Sasuke get Itachi to talk?
Like, does he actually talk, or does he just go away?
I don't think we can answer that. I don't think we can answer that. Dude, that would be. So we talked about it earlier, and I don't know how to, but that would be bad relationship behavior 101 again. 101. Just like he's not gonna talk, he'll bounce again. He's amazing at it. That's why I'm saying. That's why I put. There's still a bunch. He's got so much bad relationship behavior on him. He can string Sasuke along like a woman so bad. He's just like, I'll ignore you now. Sasuke's running through the woods. I will snap your arm and I will give you visions. I will beat you. I will be domestically violent to you. You're coming back.
Yes, and then we're gonna get. This is the perfect abuser. Like he is really abuse 101. Like I would love for a
psychologist to run it down.
To look at the
psychology of Naruto.
Yeah,
please. Because it's such a breakdown.
Man, someone who's studying psychology, please go out and do this for your thesis because it's going to be great. So
it really would.
Oh my god!
You'd have so much stuff to study. But there's like this moment where like he's been awful to him for right. They have the worst relationship. Then they're fighting together, and he's like, "Oh, remember the boar?" And then they have this little moment, and then they still fight.
Because they're actually because it's his idol. It's still his idol. And the worst is they don't hate each other because now he knows and he's like, oh my god, you got fucked so bad.
Yeah, now Itachi doesn't have to play the role anymore.
Right, he's just nasty.
Now he's just being himself again.
I thought it was interesting that he did say, when Sasuke was like, why didn't you kill me with everyone else? Itachi was like,
he does him so dirty.
He's like, I wanted the person who has to deal with me to be of my own clan. And I was like, that's respectable. I get that. I guess. But also very egotistical, right? Because he's like, no one else is going to be able to take me down.
Did he say, because the translation is different from the many different ways I've went through it, what time are you talking about when he says that answer?
He says literally
like the flashback or to the Edo Tensei?
When they're,
Sasuke's talking to Edo Tensei.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so in the cave. Or before the cave? In the cave.
No, they're not in the cave. It's when Sasuke's yelling at him and
when they're running in the trees, whatever.
Okay, on the way to the cave. Right. So it's all that matters. So, I mean, if you look back and remember to the moment Itachi is leaving after killing everybody.
Yeah.
And he even tells him, he was like, the only reason I'm not killing you is to see if you can reach the potential to push me. And it's so dark, or even kill me, and then he even gives him like a blueprint on how to do it. Like, it's so mean. But yeah.
That was also something that we learned, was the new information about Sasuke's best friend. I mean, sorry, about
Itachi.
Itachi, yeah.
And like the fact that he didn't kill him, and that was what we were led to believe the entire time.
Or the police thought that. Police thought that, but you also had such a bad taste on his character that you would believe it.
Right, and they don't ever like kind of circle back on that really. So
until
that was
there.
Interesting, yeah.
And fucking Danzo stole his eye.
I know.
One of them.
There's no way Danzo could have stolen his eye. It's such a loophole in the story. Danzo is not strong enough to do jack shit to Shisui. Not even with the whole foundation.
Man, Shisui could be like Hokage level.
Like far beyond, like easily Hokage. He was in the running for Hokage during the 4th.
Wait, I guess I missed that. So Itachi has one of his eyes. He gives him
in the crow,
because it's in the crow.
He's saying
So
this is a loophole.
No. That,
Wait,
but she missed that
I'm-
Danzo has the eye. Because
Right.
if you remember, the Itachi says that Shisui says that Danzo just stole one of my eyes. And if you didn't catch that, even back if we go back to when Danzo was at the 5 Kage Summit, they're saying he's using mind control.
Yeah.
And they recognize that this move is only of the dead Shisuis because it's such a powerful that you can actually control
You
someone's
can
mind.
sway, yeah.
Yeah.
So Shisui's was it Mangekyo or his
Mangekyo,
like
it is.
his eye like power is he could like manipulate your mind with the eye, right?
It's just a genjutsu. That's he does have Mangekyo, but this is not just a Mangekyo genjutsu. It's the Koto Amatakatsuki that I actually know, but it's actually the only. Yeah, it's the only one that it's the only one that controls the mind. Because if you remember, Sasuke's actually controls the idea of space and time. So he can change the idea of what is in the space and how long it takes.
Itachi's.
Yes, Itachi's. Yeah. But he can't change what you believe. He can't inception you. He can't do that.
Right.
And then that's what Shisui's can actually just straight inception you and make you believe
without
something.
having to suspend your time and space. Like
Not
Itachi's, it's very clear that something
Oh,
is
you
wrong.
are in a genjutsu.
Right.
This is gonna hurt you.
But
You're gonna come out.
He does it to Sasuke.
He does it to Sasuke. He does it to Kakashi.
The night of the.
Yeah, he makes him see his parents' death over and over again.
Yeah. So
And then he does it to Kakashi.
Shisui's is nasty.
So, but I guess I really didn't pick up on that. So, he already had an eye gone when he gave Itachi the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just fucking cliffs it.
Yeah.
Oh, he cliffed it. That's where I was like, there's like a moment where I was like,
I can
was this guy
imagine
not
why
really
Itachi
dead?
was so mad when they came and
Oh, I'm sure. He's like,
said
I just
that
watched my
you
best
were the
friend.
one that
Fuck
killed
you.
it. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, can you imagine how mad he is
Yeah,
at that
it makes
point?
that moment a lot stronger. Because those are Danzo's people, right?
Right. Well, no. Those
No,
are
they're just
Itachi's.
Oh, yeah, that's
those are Itachi's people. If you really,
It's-
they're
it's-
Sharingan
That's his
police,
team.
and they
They are the
accused. They
police
said
force
you
for the
used your
Hindu.
Sharingan to copy his handwriting.
Oh,
That's why it looks
right.
like it's his. I mean, if it was you, you could write this. That's
Right.
what they said. Then he beats the shit out of them in like half a second.
That his dad has to like roll up and be like, "Yo!"
Man, we should revisit this after like 10 episodes
For sure.
for big reveal.
Well, so that's the big. I am
Everyone's
so,
waiting for the big
I am
reveal?
So desperate. I was telling you, like I was like writhing on the floor because I wanted to know who the masked man was.
Man,
so
I would say-
bad.
She was like messaging
That-
different people.
to
and
even
stuff.
to
I tried
mess
to get it out
to
of
mess
Robbie.
with you again. His identity has been teased.
Yeah, that's what I see. So that's what I asked her. I was like, look, just tell me yes or no. Is it someone that has been said, seen, whatever? Has
Yeah,
it been
he has
introduced, or is
gave
it
you
gonna be
all
some-
the clues to
out of
figure it
left
out.
But you just don't. You don't. Once you see it, you're just like,
Fuck.
yeah.
I got it, but I was reading it episode by episode, reading it. So I thought about it for maybe 5 years before it was revealed. I thought about it for so long.
You look, like gears are already.
I
Spinning.
thought, but it's in there actually. I would say, you know how I was saying, there was also like clues that he never like. He has so good with the loopholes where Zetsu never calls Toby Madara while everyone calls him Madara. Zetsu knows
because
the
that's who knows who
plan.
he is.
Zetsu knows the plan. He always called him Toby, even during, all of it. You remember what I was saying one day? I was
Yeah.
like, hey, they actually give you clues. Because I saw that and I was like, oh, that was one I did not pick up on.
Yeah. Well, we gotta stop recording because I'm
No.
gonna go watch it
No.
and figure out who's
No.
who.
As also along the lines of being old and fathers, I had recommended you play God of War because I thought it was a super big father-son game
The game,
that grew
yeah.
up like.
I started playing the game like 2 days ago. It is amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm just in like the very beginning, like early stages of it. I don't know the.
But you have had the stranger fight, so we'll say
Yeah.
you're past 2
I
hours
was
in.
so crazy. I don't feel anything.
He's like, I can't feel any of this.
Yeah, it's
And the
just
other
throw
thing
them
is,
out.
wait, so
Throw them out.
so I am Kratos. I am Kratos. I was with Kratos since day one on PS2. When Kratos killed the Greek gods, I was Kratos. I killed those gods.
Yeah, and the
I
Greek
felt
mythology
that.
is like it's your shit, it's your jam.
Right. And that was my jam at that time, especially too. So I know the whole story. this is your first touch with Kratos.
He's so fucking badass.
So what do
Why
you
is that
think
dude so
actually?
fucking juice, dude.
All the time, right?
Like the first time I saw it, he's like cuts a tree down. I'm just like, okay, that is strong. Then he just picks a tree up, and it's just like, what?
This is the biggest redwood you've ever seen.
Yeah.
What was it like? Hack, and then he just goes through the tree.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2, and then he's like all the way through.
Like he's vampire hunter.
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool. And then the fight with the strangers, like running through like just like boulders and
just
like,
runs them into the mountain. Yeah.
Cool game. I like you can throw the axe and it comes back to you, kind of like a Thor's hammer kind of feel to it.
But with the axe, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So you will get deep into the Norse mythology with that axe.
Which I love the Norse mythology. I like all that stuff. The relationship with the son and Atreus and Kratos so far is pretty cool. The way that you play with the son and the way you use him, it's pretty cool.
The relationship, Kratos, so you know Kratos is the god of war just because the name of the game. Mm-hmm. But like he is, you said the relationship is great. You would never treat Ivan like that.
Well, I mean that like the dynamic in the game is
crazy.
It's the way.
But the game wise, it's cool.
Yeah, the game wise and the way it's going on in the story, he's so hardcore with him.
He's so
on the beginning scenes, whatever, with the hunt.
With the hunt?
Yeah, and
exactly.
He
was like, you told me your mother said that she taught you how to hunt deer.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, show me. He was like, okay.
He's like, we're going hunting?
Yeah, he was like, okay, what are we hunting? He was like,
well, he's like, we're going hunting. He's like, you
are going hunting. He was like, you are hunting. And he was like, all right. He was like, okay, what are we going to get? And he was like, you are hunting deer. And he was like, oh, okay, where do you want to go? And he was like, in the direction of deer. Like, these were his responses to child who just burned his mama at the pyre.
Yeah.
Just
so
burned
hardcore.
his mama
so
at the...
hardcore.
Honestly, they're leaving to hunt this thing so the pyre can burn all the way down so the kid doesn't watch the body burn away. They just put it on fire. They're going to bounce. They're going to hunt. They're going to come back, put the ashes in a...
Yeah, and then even like the son has to kill...
Oh yeah, he makes
both an animal and at some point now a human, and it's just the way he's like.
You saw him kill a human?
Yeah, it was like in the very beginning, like someone grabs him and then he like falls on him and he like stabs him and then he has to have that talk with him. It's like don't keep that in your heart, like whatever.
You saw that already? I didn't know you saw that already. So he killed the person and he was all sad about it.
Yeah, the seekers, or I don't know what they're called. I forget.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw that, and he was freaking out about it, and he was like. And Kratos is just like, yeah. Or then he's like, you killed a lot of people, and he's like, yeah, you know.
Like he doesn't answer him, right? Yeah. So you don't know the answers. He was like, you've killed people, and he was like, he just kind of like lets him know that he has.
Like, okay, like
man, you know your pops, and that you know your pops is super crazy.
Yeah. Then when he gets to the arm or to upgrade his axe, and he has to kill those people, whatever, or like the zombies, whatever. The
Draugrs, yes.
Yeah. What's it called? The person that makes all your weapons and stuff. The blacksmith.
The blacksmith.
Yeah, the dwarf. He's like, man, your dad sure knows how to kill.
That blue ass dwarf is an asshole.
You know, seems like it.
Man, so you've played more than I thought. I forgot. Because I just saw you getting the boar to you don't know her name yet. I'm not gonna say.
So we're in Midgard. A lot of Norse mythology. There's all kinds of ruins.
So cool. How much do you know about Norse mythology?
I know. I know enough.
Do you know who the stranger is then, by seeing him, or by how he was acting, or by what his powers are?
No, not initially. I initially thought like Loki or something along those lines. I don't know exactly who he is. I know, like from Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman has a book about Norse mythology.
Right.
I read that, and then also American Gods. There's some like Norse mythology.
Right.
That's pretty much the extent of like how deep dive I go into Norse mythology.
Okay.
But like Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology book, like he goes basically like, here's all the gods, here's all the stories, here's how they got like the hammer and all kinds of different things. And
right.
So no, I don't know who this is yet, and I at first it's like, are they just? From what I understand, he's a god, and somehow he's ended up in Midgard. And we're in this Norse mythology, and basically it's like, you're not supposed to be here. And I guess they just found out that
that's what the chick said to him.
Yeah.
She was like, at the second Atreus isn't looking, she was like, you are a god.
And he's like, shut up.
He was like, Yeah.
So far so good. It's pretty cool. I mean, people have said this game is amazing. My son's been trying to tell me to play it for years, and now I feel bad. It's like he wants to like watch me play this game with him, or he wants to play this game together. So we'll probably do that soon. He was playing it a little bit this summer.
I mean, just even talking about the game with him, because he'll just start playing it.
He loves that game.
Right.
He loves that game.
Dude, the game's amazing.
Everybody says it's one of the greatest games ever. I just got through the Ghost of Tsushima, and then I started playing that. I just started like a day or two ago. I don't have the best time, so we'll see how far it goes, but so far I'm loving it.
Okay, so then quick breakdown, since you haven't played the other, super quick breakdown. He is all the white on his skin is the ashes, his dead wife and daughter, who he was tricked into killing by Ares, and then cursed to wear their ashes on his skin by Athena. In basically response over however long he kills the whole Greek pantheon, including himself. We don't know how he's in Norse mythology.
Yeah, it's
but
like
now,
a reboot, kind of like he's just here. Like
not even. It's not a reboot.
I guess not a reboot. It's
because
like
that stuff definitely happened.
Story,
that stuff definitely happened. So it's really they're gonna have to fill the gap on what happened between him, like how he got there. Which, as you finish the game,
because so like he like the last bit of the story was that like he's dead.
He's
dead. Now suddenly it's like he has a child who's not like an infant. He's
grown, so they've been around.
Yeah, he had a wife that just died. Don't know how she dies yet. I don't know any of that.
True.
So he's been doing this for a bit.
Right, he's been there. I mean, he's got a beard. We never seen Kratos with a beard.
Yeah, he's got the long beard. Looks pretty cool.
He's got a new weapon. Here's what's crazy. So you don't know the game. What's crazy? He does not have his old chains on. No, he does not have the Blades of Chaos on. So also
he's got this hammer.
Tripping about that. It's a God of War game, so he has to get it back. You don't understand that, but he has to get those back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he has to. But so that's just the breakdown. So like he's in this new place we don't know. I would say the Norse mythology is been twisted to God of War ways. Not that twisted, but just made it a little for him. I mean, this is just extrapolation. This is not what the game will show you or anything, but Thor has always been Ragnarok.
The end of
everything. He's the end of fucking everything that's a god. He's always the end of that. So like, my guess, I think the second game's name is Ragnarok. If we can ask the Oracle Twins, God of War 2 coming out soon, I think its name is Ragnarok. So I've played the end of the game. I'm pretty sure.
It is Ragnarok.
Yeah. Okay. So he's always been that. So this is about to get super nasty. You need to get through the game. We'll talk about it at each stage, but so you have the powers. You just met mysterious lady, witch
type something.
Yeah.
I don't know what she is. Yeah, in this forest with this boar that I'm like holding its arteries or something real crazy.
Yeah, exactly. You tied up the arteries by hand.
Yeah.
But it's dope. Dude, the game is so dope. And it's not too long. You're such a completionist, I would say. Play the game, complete it later.
Yeah.
Please.
Every game I've ever played, it's like everything has to be done 100% like
so that we can talk about it. You will still be able to complete it, but you can finish the story a little before you complete it.
I definitely want to play that, and we'll talk about this later. But
we're gonna keep up your God of War arc.
Yeah, God of War for sure. At some point, I'm going to get into Assassin's Creed Valhalla because that also came out. So also going to be like some kind of Norse mythology.
It got the worst reviews of all times. It got the worst reviews.
I'm still going to play it. I love those games. So at some point, I'll get to that too.
I heard it's just basically like Assassin's Creed 1 where it's so outrageously repetitive.
It gets repetitive for sure.
But they're saying that this one is when the other... They're saying like if the last one wasn't, this is Assassin's Creed 1.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. You'll still play it. You'll still play it. It's a huge game.
Adi, you had a story or something that you wanted to talk about, or that I wanted to hear.
Oh,
about witches.
Technically, it's about witches in the sense that I was listening to a last podcast on the left story.
Last podcast all about?
It is a big podcasting, it's a big podcast and other podcast network, and they do a lot of like true crime and
People
stories
who are
and things
obsessed
like
with
that.
murders.
Yeah. So we were talking about how Vidush isn't a fan of ghosts and spirits.
Hell no.
And I was listening to their breakdown of the Bell Witch, and she's like a legendary.
The Bell Witch.
She's called the Bell Witch, and she's a spirit from Tennessee, Mississippi, one of those areas.
I
Yeah.
don't like this.
Already bad.
Like it's just
Already
in the
bad.
South, right? And it's an older story, but one of the things that they talked about in the podcast was how one of the guys was trying to physically attack this spirit. So like they couldn't see it; they would just see like things get thrown, and he would try to.
What do you
You
mean?
know,
What?
Rookie
You saw
mistake.
things get thrown?
Yeah, so
Like,
they
what are we talking about?
like stools,
Stools.
desks, like it was.
Stools are solid like 10, 20 pounds.
He's saying,
Yeah, like-
so they're saying some large objects have been moved
Yes,
by this spirit.
Very
Yes.
obvious, like that. Like,
Enough
Yeah.
that
to where dumbass number one.
tries to attack this ghost, like running at it, and like I
Goes
think at
full
one
Hubie
point,
Halloween on
yeah, I think at one point they tried to throw like flour to like see if they could find its like body, to like
I'm
tackle it.
I'm gonna pause you real
Okay,
quick. 'Cause I gotta
okay.
ask. So that's why I say dumbass number one, because I'm almost insulted you thought of me. Like, oh no, wait. I said almost, so it's not bad. But let's say, didn't you say when like he saw a table get thrown or something, and then he went over and like attacked where the table was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just on
throwing hands
just
to the
on
random in the room.
basic. Not like if I throw a baseball, and then you go beat the baseball up, you didn't get the person that still threw the baseball, right? We're just gonna assume everything's real, ghosts and all.
Okay.
If the ghost threw a table and I go attack the table, how'd I fuck the ghost up?
No, he was going from where the table had been thrown.
Okay.
He was going to like the point of origin.
So now he's doing
Yeah.
the boys in the hood, just
Yes.
swinging at the air, so
I feel like it should be said.
Just like-
this was like a neighbor boy, and the Bell Witch actually was like they called her poltergeist, and she was attaching to a child in the house.
Poltergeist supposed to be super violent, right?
Yeah, so everyone was like trying really hard to figure out how to like basically protect this family,
Man,
protect
can you
this
imagine
child.
this guy's just breaking down? He's swinging at air. He's just like, he's
It's-
losing his mind. Is it his child? What if it's
Yeah,
his
it was
child?
his child. It's his
Oh
daughter.
my
Come on, you
No,
gotta
no,
say
it's
that.
not the crazy guy. No, the guy who's just like attacking air.
okay.
He's like a neighbor, but it's like a small village.
If
so
I have
it's like
the slightest experience with the supernatural, if that I will feel threatened, going full Constantine. Nothing will stop me from turning into Constantine. I will.
Breaking news: there's going to be a Constantine 2.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
with Keanu Reeves. I know it's my
What?
favorite movie.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. This is great news.
Yeah.
That
Dude,
is awesome.
John Wick has brought Keanu back to life. He can touch anything he wants, and now people just accept him for what he is. He don't need to act anyway.
He's such a good man.
He's just good at being that dude, that
All of a
one
sudden, I
man
always
who
hear
can
that
handle.
He's also just so
Oh,
badass.
everyone says.
He makes some real fucking badass bikes or
Oh
motorcycles.
my god,
Looking awesome. So Constantine 2.
I'm so
That's pretty dope.
excited.
apparently the
for
guy
that.
who played Lucifer is the one who like confirmed that
The
the
Russian
sequel was
guy?
happening. He like has a photo of himself on his Instagram. The real Stormar, Peter Stormar.
Oh my god, I know. Yes,
He's like the one that was like, yeah, it's official. It's a photo of him.
that movie was so dope. Okay,
Hellblazer.
like it was nothing like the comics, but that's fine. That's fine. It's his own story, but it
It would
was
be
so
awesome.
dope.
It would be really cool if he does a like Constantine like show or something like that, like a live action show. That'd be so tight. Like if Netflix or one of these.
You want to pick up a series? Cause you watch shows. I don't have other than the Mando. I don't watch anything.
I think
but
they would kill it. It needs to be a movie.
needs to be a movie.
Yeah.
it needs to be a movie.
really good movie. And like, if
Keanu's
you
a
have
movie
to-
guy. You
Yeah.
can't put him on episodes. You watch him for 2 hours
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
never
gonna kill
done a
it.
series.
Yeah.
I want to see him in the.
Maybe a mini
In the
series,
Marvel
like a
universe.
6-part.
You want to see him in the yeah.
A 6-part series, maybe, but not.
I want to see Constantine too. I wonder what the storylines. Have they dropped any storylines?
No, nothing else has come out.
Man,
Just that it's
what do you
confirmed.
think?
Constantine.
Do you think Devil's Son is back at it again?
I think he's
Man,
gonna take down John Wick.
Antichrist.
Because that's what it was in the last one. It ended. He literally was able to just like close the door.
What was the kid's name again?
Ted Cruz.
True.
Right, it was like Maimon was the devil's name, and that Maimon's son is what they called him, if I'm not mistaken, in the movie.
I thought it was Ted Cruz.
Maimon,
Yeah, just the son of
The son of
Lucifer,
Lucifer.
son of Maimon.
Beastin'. I told
It's
you I love
Maimon,
that
yeah.
movie.
Damn.
But yeah, so
Shia
man,
LaBeouf
I don't
coming
know.
back.
I was gonna say I guess I
Poor
forgot Shia LaBeouf
Shyla.
was in the movie.
Shia.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess I forgot that too.
Shyla got
We
handled.
need to do a rewatching of it
Yeah.
before the second one. And,
I'm
like,
ready.
Break it down.
Oh,
There's
we'll see it so
much
many
good stuff in
times
there.
between them.
I love the entrance of Lucifer. In
Oh, yeah, the way he
Constantine,
fucking rolls in,
the
yeah.
way he comes in, and then that he's in all white. Like I love the imagery. Of
Yeah,
Constantine.
but his feet are also
Yes,
black and
yes.
dripping. It was so tight.
Yeah.
The imagery in the whole movie is
Yes.
nasty, actually. Like just when
He's like sniffing him and stuff.
Yeah.
the Mexican kid has the spear of destiny and he's walking through the field, and at a wide berth the buffaloes are just dying and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The whole thing is nasty. It starts with the mirror, starts with the what was that, a poltergeist?
Oh, the
There was a soldier
exorcism?
demon
It
in
was
a
an
person,
exorcism.
an exorcism
Yeah.
And
of
then
a
they
full demon,
Yeah.
actually, though.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, Shia LaBeouf ain't coming back. He got thundered up in that.
I liked him in that role. He was pretty funny in that.
Oh,
What's her
I'm
name?
so
The
excited.
The androgynous woman. She
Michael.
was
Angel.
Michael.
Yeah. I like that it was like an androgynous
The
woman.
they made all the
Tilda
angels
Swinton.
androgynous
Oh.
that were in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the sorcerer supreme.
So there is a random cameo in Constantine that I've always been very obsessed with. Do you know who Domino is? So Domino is a infamous bounty hunter who they made a movie
Oh, with
from
Keira
her
Knightley?
with Keira
Yeah.
Knightley. That's actually a real woman. So
Yeah.
she was real. Like all of those people in that movie were real.
Was she
and
that
all,
fine?
That story was
Was
true.
she Keira Knightley fine?
No, she's more Tilda Swinton fine.
Makes more sense.
Right. She's got a shaved head and stuff, but one of the
She's a
demons
bounty
in
hunter.
the bar is the real Domino.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, Papa Midnight.
Because even Papa
Papa
Midnight's the
Midnight,
mind. Because
yeah.
Balthazar was also
Gavin's like Gavin.
Oh, Gavin Rossdale.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
yeah.
even know that when you were the one who told me about that.
Yeah,
but
Gavin Rossdale.
but that character was badass
Yeah.
was fucking badass for that movie.
I need to.
I'm-
I need to rewatch it.
Stoked.
Yeah, super cool.
Really good.
movie.
Keanu is the man. He's coming
Yeah,
back.
he is.
So what happened with the Bell Witch?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that was it. She's
I
she's a poltergeist. It's like a
I would
folklore
not-
tale.
So
See,
are you saying
that's
that
like I said.
Vidush would be the guy who
No.
fights the ghost?
I know
that's what
better.
I thought.
He was-
I know
but
better.
apparently I'm
I would.
incorrect.
I would. I would fight him
honestly,
for real.
I don't think.
Gotta
that
go
the-
Constantine.
I don't think that the flower was a bad idea. It's fairly smart.
That's not a bad idea, I guess. No, I mean he swung at the. He did the Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
good.
interesting, like
I would've just picked
3-part
it by then and
series
walked out of the
if you
house.
or 2-part
By the house
series or
then.
something if you want to learn a little more about the Bell Witch. It's really
Negative.
interesting.
Cool.
Roy and I watched a lot of Supernatural. We can get shotguns
Maybe
with
some salt. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe some iron. I need to know my Latin.
I need the tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Command thee into the light.
Oh, the Constantine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
No,
Backstreet
dude,
Boys.
I would go all the way, man. But I can't be Shyla. Can't be Shyla
Shia.
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 He's like, it doesn't matter.
Shyla's.
Creeper.
though. He ruined it. God, Creeper was such a bad movie.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm excited to see it.